what's up? It's Johnny here, and I'm back to answer another question for you awesome Team 3CX members. And this time our question comes to me asking, does gear really matter, and what do I need to take amazing portraits? We have a photographer that's asked me, you know, he's slightly frustrated about the whole gear thing. You know, people have told him to go out and buy a big pro photo setup because that's what you need to take great portrait images. And honestly, you know, when it comes to taking great images, particularly portraits, gear doesn't matter. I mean, he's got a couple of great cameras already, and he's asking for some advice. So my advice is, and I've got a mate who's Brent Mail. He's actually a really good friend with mine, and I know that he used to run a portrait studio shooting basically a Canon camera, a 70-200 f4, which isn't a high-end lens, and he would shoot, I don't think it was even a Canon flash, it was just one of the generic brand flashes, and he used to run, you know, $100,000 plus business a year shooting portraits with that setup. So gear doesn't matter. You know, when it comes to shooting portraits and making money, it's about, you know, the final image, and people are going to be connected to that final image. So I would say, buddy, stop getting frustrated. The lens you would probably want to do, okay, you've got two options, I would say. Canon has 24 to 104 or 105 or something like that lens. That's a great all-round lens if you need something slightly wider, if you're shooting in tighter places. And I would just look on eBay, man, or look on Amazon and have a look at some of those generic brand flashes. Seriously, you know, you can probably buy 2 or 3 of those for the price of the one Canon ones, and that's all you need, man. On-camera flash, you know, for a bit of fill. And either that 24 to 105, but if you want to get a little bit more bokeh and you can get back a little bit further, I'd recommend the 70-200. It's an f4, it's not a 2.8, so it isn't their fastest lens, man. And Brant, my mate, shot all his portraits on that lens. And there's so many of those lenses sold, actually. I've seen heaps of them secondhand on eBay and places like that. So that 24 to 105 f4, it's a great all-round lens, and it's not expensive. It's not that expensive, and you can get a cheap second-handy, I'm sure, from any second-hand camera shop or whatever. So really cool. I'd highly recommend that. So that's the thing, you know, it frustrates me to the hell that people rave about, you need to have this camera and you need to have that camera. And mate, my good mate Brent, like I said, you know, $multi-$100,000 portrait studio, and that's what he shot with an on-camera flash down the beach, taking amazing portraits, and it all comes down to what the final images are, and people are attached to those images, so it comes down to your camera skill and things like that. So buddy, I would say stop your frustration, stop spending money on gear, and don't worry, you don't have to go and buy some amazing softbox pro photos, something or other studio light setup, because you don't need that, mate. Get yourself a good on-camera flash that you can use for a fill. Get yourself the 24 to 105, or I recommend the 70-200 f4, both great lenses. Put that on there and shoot away, man. And I know you've got the ultimate Lightroom workflow now, which is going to work great on your portrait images. Just use that, man, and you're going to absolutely kill it. Absolutely kill it. So guys, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you feel like you need this bit of gear and you need that bit of gear, I'm telling you right now, man, gear is not the only thing. It's about getting out there and finding your niche, finding the thing you love to photograph, and getting the right gear for that. So if you're a landscape photographer and you like to get out there and shoot landscapes, well then you need to get yourself a wide angle lens, okay? If you like to shoot like fast moving things like sport, get yourself a lens that suits, you know, something around 300mm. But you don't have to get the fastest lens. A lot of lenses these days, you know, you can get like a kit lens, you know, and a lot of cameras, man, you'll be surprised how hard you can push the ISO and still get very usable images if you clean that up in post. So guys, I want to say, stop getting frustrated with your gear. It's not all about the gear. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to share the photography love, and I'll see you again soon. This is Johnny out. Peace.